Yo, what up, y'all? We back with another episode, season 3, man. Hey, I'm your host, Lowski. L.O., don't forget the ski, man. Before we get started, though, I need y'all to like, share, sub, follow, hit that bell so y'all know when we live, and make sure y'all leave that 5-star review. And most importantly, y'all, don't forget to do this important thing, man. We need y'all to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a motherfucking friend to pull up. It's the lot, season 3. Today, this one a solo one too today. No Justo with me today. But today, I got a man of many hats and many talents. Y'all probably seen this man around. I know y'all done heard of him before. So man, I got Geedaman Hicks, aka Geedaman. What's going on, man?
How you doing, my brother?
I'm well, man. How you been, man? I appreciate you sitting down with me, man.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Man, so G, just we've been trying to put this together. I actually got to see one of your interviews too, which is I was pretty excited about. So, man, for the people that don't know you, man, tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you from, and you'll let them know.
Okay. Where I'm originally from, my name is Geedaman Hicks, a.k.a. Geedaman is my hip-hop name, my artist name. I'm originally from Champaign, Illinois. Okay. Let me turn my ringer off.
You good? Yeah.
Sorry right there. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been in the hip hop game for quite some time. I started out as a professional breakdancer, and through high school, that kind of took off with my career and moved me on to the next and to the next. But indulging in making tracks and beats and movies and other projects, I just kind of been, do all around.
Okay. Oh, dope. So you producing stuff too?
I produce.
Oh, okay.
Movies, films,
man, look,
music.
I didn't even know that. All right.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know. Look, see, I was researching too. And like when you just said breakdancing, I didn't see the breakdancing. I saw the hip hop dancing. So my question was going to be like, where did it come about? Like, how did you get into the hip hop fitness thing?
Yeah.
But so you was breakdancing.
I was a breakdancer.
Okay. Oh, dope. All right.
From the age of 14 all the way through high school. Okay. I was a professional breakdancer.
Oh, that's dope. Was it like, were you doing it with like certain companies and stuff like that?
I was with a group. I started a group with a couple other guys called the Twin City Breakers.
Okay.
And what happened was we just took off. And from high school all the way through my junior year, we were getting, hired to book everywhere, all over the state. So we'd be taking off. I'd be sitting in class. I'd get a pass. I get go to the office and they'd be like, such and such school's having an assembly. They want to know if you can get the Twin City Breakers over there. So I get call. A couple of the guys were out of school, so a couple of guys were still in school. So I go get the other guys, and then they pick us up, and then I go get paid for breakdancing.
Oh, that's wrong.
So
in high school,
all through high school, that was like all the way from freshman year to junior year. I was just getting seriously paid for breakdancing.
Oh, that's good.
I was one of the main choreographers for the group.
All right. So what got you into doing that? Like, what got you into dancing? Was it something you always did?
I was always a dancer. I've been doing martial arts and dancing since I was a kid. Like I started out training martial arts when I was 6 years old. Okay. So I've been doing karate, jiu-jitsu, aikido, and Shaolin just all my life. I've been doing martial arts.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
So that kind of, as you're growing up in that age and era, when the breakdance era hit, that was right on time for me. So, being a dancer, just regular dancing, always having rhythm, we went straight into breakdancing like it was nothing. And I just took to it like, a rug to the floor.
Hey, that's hard. That's raw. I didn't know that. See, I knew the dancing, but I didn't know that it was because of breakdancing. So that's dope. That's super dope to be able to dance. So did y'all like compete against other crews coming up? Is that something y'all did too?
All over.
Yeah, okay.
I've competed against guys from Chicago, St. Louis, California, from LA to New York, North, South, East, West. I've danced in, all the major states.
Oh, that's hard. That's
I've, from here to Brooklyn, just, meeting people and being in the game and all kinds of contests and stuff. Back when breakdancing was big, we was in it. If Chicago was doing something, we was up here.
Hey, that's Black History Month for y'all right there.
Yeah, there used to be a lot going on.
More Black History for y'all right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so there used to be a lot of events and stuff going on back in the day when that was popping. So wherever it was, we was there. My crew, the Twin City Breakers, we would hop up in the car and take off and go get in that contest, win first, second, and third, and keep it moving.
That's hard, man. That's good stuff. So, all right, so you do the breakdancing. So how did hip hop fitness come about?
I moved to Chicago in '99, and when I moved here, I had being a breakdancer, I actually met this girl who was teaching a hip hop class because I was just actually in the midst of doing, trying to find out, what was going on around the area. And she had a little hip hop class. So she had me come in and do a breakdance demonstration.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was the kids liked it so much, she threw me 20 students. So it was an instant job. I just walked, okay, I seen that coming from a smaller area, and then you come to Chicago. Well, I can get 20 students paying $50 a month. That was instant bread. So that gave me the idea, okay, I can make money. Mm-hmm. So what I did was I started doing breakdance classes in like 5, 6 suburbs. Mm-hmm. And I would just do the hour here, but I was making money doing that.
Right.
So that led to, in the long story short, I went to LA Fitness one day to see if I could just use their studio to bring all my students to one place, because I was going here and here.
Right,
and here.
So it's bigger.
Just trying to get see if I can get a spot in one area.
Uh-huh.
They said, no, we can't do that, but we need a break. We need a hip hop instructor. I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure I could do that. Right. So she gave me an audition. 2 minutes in, she hired me. She said, wait a minute, you're hired. I'm like, for real? So what happened was, I left after we talked it all out and everything. She hired me. I literally drove over to Lifetime Fitness, and I said, they just hired me as their hip hop instructor. I'm trying to find a job. I'm trying to hustle,
Get in there, right?
So they just hired me at LA as their instructor. So she was like, what you got? Because she was curious, because she knew who the girl was. Oh, okay. So she was like, if she hired you, I'm gonna see what you got. Uh-huh. She gave me an audition. 3 minutes into that audition, she said, stop, you're hired. Wow. Okay. This is where this all came from, because I had no idea what to do for a hip hop fitness class, right. But I know choreography, and I was like, okay. So I went home, studied some videos and stuff on demand for about a week, to see what a basic class was. And then I went in with my idea, what I thought it would be a hip hop class, and it blew up. Literally from 20 people coming. 3 months later, it was 90 people on a Monday night lying down the hall.
Fast growth.
It just took off crazy. So my choreography started getting better and better, and I started understanding what it was, and it just took off for me. So I just ran with it.
So doing that, so obviously the hustler kicked in immediately.
Instantly.
So where did you get the hustler drive from? Because from you saying one audition, you went right to the next spot, didn't even think about it.
Well, when you're coming from areas like Champaign and stuff, you got to learn the game. And, that's a small town, but it's a big city. Don't get it twisted. You know, that's little Chicago. So, being a young brother, you got to learn how to make money anyway, because they ain't going to give it to you. So you got to learn how to get it. So I've always been a hustler from, slanging and doing whatever. We had to move a little product on the block, whatever, did what we had to do to hustle. So just that hustler mentality was always in me. So when I left there to come here, my goal was to do everything that I wanted to do. Right, okay. I came here with my record label. I came here to go to school for film, music. But I hadn't had that in the mind of film and all of that stuff at first. But it was coming here to do what I wanted to do in that game. So when I came here, I just got really focused, and the class took off. So as that was going, as a film producer and a music producer, well, I might as well do a DVD. Yeah. I'm around rappers all day, so I got music galore. I can create routines, so I get everybody that I knew that had a nice hot song. I take his song, make a routine to it, and I made the first DVD, the first Hip Hop Fit DVD.
And so was the class doing the class to the song?
I invited everybody who wanted to be in the DVD to come to the studio, and then I basically rented out a space, and I shot the first Hip Hop Fit DVD. Okay. From that, I made 20 grand in the first 6 months out of a duffel bag of my website. So moving, just, wow, okay, I'm seeing already where this is going with Hip Hop Fit. Then I created the shirts, started selling the shirts, the DVDs. So I would be going to the post office every 3 or 4 days. Shipping out stuff. Texas, LA, Germany. I mean, people were seeing through the Facebook. Because what had happened, the whole thing started through Facebook. Everybody was coming to my class and filming themselves and then posting, oh, Gene Hicks got this class. Gene Hicks. Now, that's how it took off. Everybody would just be posting Gene Hicks on Facebook, come to this class at this and come to this class. So then I would be renting out other spaces and doing a pop-up class here to build my name up. So
So doing something like that, because that take a lot of planning. And then from you doing the first class, you said like I went home and studied. So like almost essentially, like I know you say you went to school for it, but did you go to school prior to doing
No, not for the dance. What I went to school for was film and music business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
But
putting together
when I came here, I had already, that was before, before school was even kicking in.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out with my skills, what can I do up here besides go work at a damn factory?
Right.
Being a hustler. Coming from a smaller town, there's 6 million people in Chicago. If I can't get $1 out of you, that's something wrong with me.
Something wrong with me, yeah, that's facts. Yeah,
so that's my mentality. So I came here looking like, okay, they look how they don't even hustle like this. How they, you can get up here and do something as simple as start a class of any kind.
Right.
Whether you teaching a DJ class or anything, and put a flyer up at a grocery store and say, I want to teach this class and $20, a student or whatever, you're going to pick up somebody.
That's right. Yeah.
Before you know it, you got 20, 30 students, you've created your own class, your own business. So that's basically what my mentality when I came here was.
Okay. Yeah, and because I was saying like the planning aspect of it, right? Because to take a DVD, to make a DVD, you got to get the people together, the production and things like that. So that's why I was asking, like, did the school already kick in prior to that?
I was, as I started going to school for film and understanding how to shoot videos and movies, that was the main thing because I wanted that career. My whole thing with being a martial artist, I wanted to be in action films. And then once I realized I could make my own movies, well, hell, from now on, I'm going to make my own movies.
Okay.
So that's when I decided I'm going to go to school, learn the game of the film industry, learn how to film, learn how to make, produce that well, adding my production skills with that. In the studio, now I can do everything I wanted to do.
And I
can make the music. It's all my show.
Yeah, that's hard. That's dope.
So, learning the camera work, shot my DVD, put the music together. I got all my people's music. I got my own music, put it all on the DVD, release it. What else is there to do from that?
And that's hard. And the reason I asked that too, because I think a lot of people don't know how much goes into like production.
Yes.
Like planning stuff.
Yeah.
Like executing it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know how important like storyboarding was. Like, see, I'm in school now for media production. So that's what made me ask that too. Because when you said you started learning the production, like I didn't even know like storyboarding was like a thing and how important it was. Because it helps the other people around you move along.
Understand what you're doing.
Because everybody
can get a picture. Yeah, you might have a vision in your brain, but still, you're like, man, I want to do this. But
and everybody,
lay it out. Okay. Draw it out in blocks. Okay, now we understand.
Yeah, so I thought, so that was the main reason I asked that, because I've learned the importance of that. And I think people in my audiences should know the importance of putting in production. Because that's why I was like when we cancellations and things like that, me, Melly, and a couple other people, we were talking about like having cancellations and like, damn, like if we put the production together the whole day and then it's just like it cancels, like damn, the whole day just went to shit. Cause like we spent hours getting ready, setting up, and then it happens.
It's hard to find, even when I did my movie, I had a cast of like 48, I want to say, or 58. I can't remember, it was 48 or 58 people. But depending on how, we schedule things like that, you just hopefully, in this game, there's a lot of independent and undependable people. And there's a lot of dependable people.
That's right.
So, once you weed out that kind of thing, it depends on what kind of projects. You'll learn over time how to deal with certain people. I guess that's the way I've learned. And, in whatever type of production I'm doing, who I'm working with, I just make sure that they know what I want from them.
Yeah, just being that clarity, the transparency. Yeah. Okay.
It has to be clarity.
Yeah. So doing the production, so you breakdancing, got into the production, making a DVD. So when did the music come into that?
Go back to Champagne.
Okay. So go always back to the top.
It always starts in Champagne.
Okay.
Anything. Okay, so the music scene in Champagne back in the day was, we had to make it happen. When you come in a small town area, you got to be the ones that's doing it. So we were the ones that's doing it. From the breakdance, and went straight into DJing parties. I ran the DJ party scene for over 10 years. I got my own radio show at WEFT, me and my partner Glenn Boatwright. Okay. And we ran the radio for over 4.5 years. We pumped the town up. And we were the first ones to come into that and turn the radio station on so the callers can call in and everybody can hear themselves.
Okay.
So now we done flipped it out, and then we had a show called The Bass Brothers Show. we got our FCC license at a community radio station, and we had Friday night from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Okay. But we could stay till 6 if we wanted, because we was the only ones at the station. So we could just shut the signal off or stay till we wanted.
And just keep working.
So what we did was being, at the same time, I've been making beats, rapping all the way from high school. So I was doing the hip hop, making beats. I had my own studio. I started back in the day going to a studio, paying $125 an hour. That wasn't going to happen too much longer. When I saw that I was spent over I think I got it to $800 on a song, on my first song. I was like, no.
Too much money.
I'm already moving on the block and everything. I'm going to take this little street money, do what I got to do. Mm-hmm. So I went in, what y'all got? I made a list of everything that they had in the studio, and I went out and bought it.
That's smart.
And started my own production. Now everybody coming to me, and I'm charging cats to do me, but I'm keeping it $100 a beat.
Making it affordable for
Making it affordable for everybody.
That's the hustler again.
No studio time limit. Just pay for the track, come in, let's work. Mm-hmm. And we're working, get it done, you run off in the street. Because that's taking my name out there. You know what I'm saying? We produce it. So when you came to Champaign, if you needed a beat or you wanted to get in a party, you wanted to throw a party or get on the radio, G's the man you need to go see.
Okay. That's hard.
That's how G the man came, G the man.
G is the man you need to go see.
So
G the man.
G the man.
Okay.
Oh, G the man you need to go see. Oh, man, who's making beats for G the man. So that's how my name became G the man. Everybody started calling me that. So that, coupled with the radio station, that gave us some nice airwaves with all the towns around this area, because we reach a good 50 miles of radius around Champaign. So everybody picking us up. Mm-hmm. All the small towns know who the Bass Brothers are. So we finding out that these little country towns, there's a bunch of white kids parking in cornfields. They all got their radios on the WFT show, blasting our show on Friday night, kicking it and partying.
That's hard.
So when they even when they came to town for the basketball tournaments, this is how we found out. Being at the U of I, basketball tournaments happen. 30 cars pull up outside the studio. We're like, man, what the hell going on? It's a bunch of kids that's coming in for the basketball tournament that wanted to meet the Bass Brothers. Because we're they Friday night thing in Farmer City, Mm-hmm. So that just propelled me as, just doing the music thing, making beats. And when I came up here, it was just, I already had my record production. I had already released the first album, The Ill with the Funk CD.
Okay.
So, my first tape, should I say, I had a cassette tape.
Okay.
So that was, what was it? Oh my God, I can't remember name of my first tape right now. But yeah, I released my first tape and sold that out the trunk. And I made mad money doing with that.
So you do the producing. So you went from producing, making the tracks. So what was your first? Well, you say you can't remember the name of the first tape.
Yeah. While we talk right now, because just I was right off the bat, how many albums I got out. But Ill with the Funk was second. From the Ill.
From the Ill. Okay.
From the Ill. That was my first cassette tape, and when I released that, we sold straight out the trunk. Released 1,000 copies of that, so that's a classic that's out there. Okay. Everybody who's got one, take a picture of it and post it or something.
It's a gem. Okay.
Yeah, but I released that tape out of Champaign, so that kind of, I was one of the first cats in Champaign to pop some music out, and there was a couple other guys in the area that we was doing their thing as well. So we were just making Champaign be a part of
making it pop. Okay, that's dope. And it's crazy because people still go to Champaign now.
Oh yeah,
party
Champaign,
and all that shit.
Don't get it twisted. Yeah, Champaign is a party town.
Yeah, for sure.
Big city.
I went to school out there in 2011. Okay. 2011 to 2012, I had a ball. I probably had too much fun. It was fun though. I had a ball.
I just found out Godfrey went to U of I.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And at the time that I was doing shit, really? I didn't know he was probably at one of my parties. Didn't even know him.
He's funny. Yeah, that's a good dude too. He's hilarious. And he another person that too. I was speaking of Black History, how we was talking about it earlier. He give you the game on the Black History all the time. If you ever watch it, he definitely give you the
constantly.
game.
I follow him a lot.
Yeah. So after you release your tape, right? So what drew your inspiration for music? I know you say you was around it, but what drew the inspiration?
Always in the music. Followed it from just being, the R&B singing back in the day. When, my uncles and all them playing music back in the day. And, my mother, she was a big influence. She sang in the church my whole life. So just every Sunday, I'm stuck.
So now listening to the car.
Mama got to sing today. So getting those, not realizing I'm picking up the harmonies and picking up the, the tempos and understanding what is going on, and sitting with her with choir rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
I was learning everything. I'm just running around the room playing, but I spent all my years of her, singing in choir my whole life. So as a kid, many years in the church, just hearing it and just watching, and as they're practicing and everything. So I was picking all of that up, didn't realize. So when I went to high school, I joined swing choir, and I sang choir all through high school, and that gave me my harmonies and, really understanding how music is written and made. So as I got out of school, that was, first thing we did when the drum machines and all that stuff came out. We was on it.
Okay. See, that's something I wish I'd have stuck to early, because I was around music too. My mom sang in the choir when I was young. Every Tuesday night, I remember as a kid, I didn't have a Tuesday night. We going all the way out south on 84, and we going to church for choir rehearsal. You can't do nothing. We going to choir rehearsal. I was like, damn, bro, I ain't even singing, bro. I gotta sit here. What am I supposed to do for 4 hours? She's always saying, better pull out that Bible, read that Bible, man. God damn, I'm here, I guess, man, but I did that. Well. I ended up singing in the choir, but I think because I went so much as a kid, I didn't even really realize how good I could have been at it. Because I'm here all the time, I could have probably went somewhere and just, pick it up in school like you went to school and did. But when I got to school, I'm like, hell no, I ain't singing in the choir.
I didn't want to sing gospel because I was already too hood. And when I got, the older I got, I'm like, I love gospel as far as listening to it and things like that, but. Even my old reverend, he was saying, I hate the streets, got you. Because he's like, I wish you would come sing in the choir. Because I had already I was putting my music and stuff out, but I'm doing rap. We young, man. We doing hip hop, man.
And you're a young kid, and
right,
you turned up as far.
Yeah, so I'm just doing what it do. But I was just, people were watching me come up doing what I was doing.
Okay, dope. So singing in the choir drew the inspiration. So was your mom is she somebody that well, I know you said she gave you the inspiration to do it because she was in the choir, right? Yeah. So having that inspiration from your mom, does that something that motivates you to keep going as well too?
Yeah, just being, I think wanting to break the chain of just coming from all of our people being stuck, that kind of thing. Growing up around, and especially like when you grow up in a small town, you see a lot of people that don't get that opportunity or don't take that chance or don't make that move to follow their dream. I didn't want to be that person. I was an observer as a child. I think I used to sit back and watch people.
Just soak up the game.
And I'd be like, I don't want to be like that. I want, and you see the dude coming around, he's got the money and everything, like that's cold, but then, learning as hell, I don't want to be like that either, what I'm saying? But just, I was an observer as a kid. So I think that just really knowing where I come from and how a lot of my peoples get caught up back in the day with, with the crack element and all that shit, watching everybody go to jail and being in and out of that. I just didn't want to put that on my family and be that one too. So I guess I just said I made the buck stop with me, I guess. I just said, I'm going to change this.
Change the narrative. That was one of my things, being young, I used to always watch, like you said, watch the people in front of me, but I learned from their mistakes.
Yeah.
I used to see nah, he did that.
He did that.
I would have went about it another way. Yeah. And I'm never gonna react.
And when I seen it coming, I'll be like, oh, that's how I
know to get out of that.
That's how cuz got caught. You know what I'm saying? Even in the street game, it's like, not to go too far this way, not that far without losing focus. And I always to stay focused. I had a kid at an early age. And that instantly made me, my son came right when I was about to get out of high school. I had a son. Oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dream shattered. But at the same time, okay, let me just regroup, make sure I do what I need to do, take care of him, stay on my game. And that's what I did.
I still create balance. That's dope. All right. So with the music too. So I noticed your visuals are they different. They give me the I wouldn't even say older school vibe, but videos now, they just, it's all about flash, and the glamour. Your videos give me that raw, authentic, this is how
hip-hop.
videos,
this is hip-hop.
It's hip hop. So where did you get that, that concept of making your videos like that? And how,
I try to listen to everything, but stay relevant, but also stay original.
Okay.
I guess that's the best way I can say it. I don't want to sound like, I want to similar, but I want to be original.
Okay.
So even in my video shooting and everything, everybody using the same programs. Everybody got this shit going so much, you damn near epileptic trying to watch videos these days. Instead of putting the story with the video or actually following the song and just taking it back to shooting a real video of what this is hip hop. I ain't got to have 1,000 things. I got a little bread. I got this. I don't want to, completely play that. It all depends on what song I'm doing. If the song is about throwing down, flashing some money, I'm gonna flash money. If it's a positive message, then I'm gonna send that message. I guess I try to shoot my videos of how I'm feeling, not look at your video and
be like this.
This what you did. I want to look like you, because that's the problem. Everybody doing the same shit. We're not original anymore. I'm gonna stay original. I'm gonna stay G the motherfucking man. I'm gonna do me. I'm from Champaign. I got street in me. I got education in me. I know everything about the block and you and everything else. I can make my music the way hip hop that I know. I don't need to listen to yours and be like, man, I need to sound just like Cookie Cutter. To me, that's weak to me. That's weak to me.
I mean, I've always thought that.
And not knocking the game if that's how you feel you want to get in, but understand, originality is what carries your longevity. You know what I'm saying? I can write a song. Some of the stuff you might hear is 10 or 15 years old, but it's today. I might have just released it. You know what I'm saying? Tweaked it, whatever. But we're able to write music for the times, and I'm a seasoned artist. I'm a seasoned rapper. Any style that come out, I can do that.
You do it, and that's why I like people that's like coming up. When I see the videos, that's the same. It's like, yeah, bro, the song might be hard, but we've already seen this.
And this here, I'm done with this, man.
Oh, I get so tired.
Oh my God, will y'all stop putting guns in our fucking face, man?
I had to tell one of the little shorties. He was like, man, bro, he's like, I want to come on a lot. I need an interview. I said, bro, you post way too many guns in your videos for me to even want to interview you, bro.
I don't want to knock niggas for doing that, man. That's what y'all doing right now. But understand the consequences of what that really looks like around the world, and not just here.
It's not good branding.
Not just on your block. And how far is that gonna take your career?
Ain't nobody want to go. Ain't nobody want to do business with you. If they ain't gonna think you gonna be here long because you posting guns. They think you got enemies everywhere.
We want to book you in New Zealand, then we want to book you over here, but we know y'all crazy as hell.
They be looking at it like, shit, is you gonna even make it to the booking day?
Right.
This is what you portraying.
Yeah, I guess I don't want that. I don't. That whole how many guns we got in our videos, that kind of thing. I think we need to back up on that and just really go back to making videos and showing who we are.
No, yeah, I definitely agree. And even I like videos that's like parody. And even like
have some fun with it.
Yeah, like I'm gonna give you an artist who brought it back to me. I thought the Baby with Real Ghost. They started like he did Friday. They they bought back like little skits. They reenacted it. But those are good videos to me because like I said, give me that old feel, like the 90s, 80s. Like I'd be like, okay, like this is an actual music video versus like I say, versus now 1,000 guns. It's like, bro, that ain't
gonna hit, right? They hit on your block, but it's just not helping the game. But I don't want to knock these niggas for what they're doing, because the industry there's a place for everybody.
Yeah, that's fact.
There is a place for you, but just know that there's more to the industry than just how many guns I can throw in your face and how much genocide I can create in my own neighborhoods. I'm an OG now, I guess. I'm just really on that point of know that there has to be an ending to that. There has to be a means to an end of what are we doing with all that, or where we going with it. So
do you think that's like the difference between like with like your generation and then or my generation, because I'm right up under y'all, but like is that the difference with ours? Because like I don't think the kids now know that it's certain shit should have a means to an end. Yeah. Versus like us, like shit. When I was younger, I was hustling too. So it's like shit, hustling. It's like I know I gotta stop this shit, bro. I'm trying to get away from this shit.
What's the means to the end?
I know kids that's like doing this shit. Like, no, I'm finna do this shit for the rest of my life. Like, I'm trying to go buy a house, like get a crib, and I'm trying to move and
that money, right?
Do shit like that. But I feel like kids just like, no, I'm finna go buy these next jeans that come out.
But at that time, that's what we was on. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was there to teach us that. Nobody would say, hey, you need to take that 10 grand and go buy this little raggedy house, put another 5 into it, and rent that motherfucker out with Section 8. Yeah. And now you bringing in 6-7 grand a year off of that house. You do that 10 times, you ain't got to work no more.
Man, you can
for the rest of your days. You know what I'm saying? In your own neighborhood, because there's plenty of houses in your neighborhood that's worth 20 grand.
You say lost so many friends, just got to this point. I feel like what it is, what's the point? So many dead in the joint. Talk to me about that track. Do you know they were? You smile, so you know that track. Tell the people the name of that track. Talk to us a little bit about
my God. What is that? So many smiles on this road. Okay. That is, what is that?
Respect My Gangster.
No, Respect My Gangster.
Yeah.
See, I have so many songs out there. I had to catch myself. Respect My Gangster. Bottom line, what I say, so many friends, at this point, dead or in the joint. What's the point? I've been in this game for so long. If you don't see what I'm doing, anybody that's around me and all the cats that I've been working with and all of this stuff, like if you don't see what's going on with that, then what's the point? Then you go sit down. Go sit down, but understand that we're going to keep moving forward. You should be moving forward with us.
It's a message, see? Look, another message. Make sure y'all pay attention. That is dope. And you got so talk to me about making that song though. Like what was it like? Like, what's your process in the booth? I should say that'd be better. Like, what's your process? Do you need I got friends that need 10 fucking people in the studio.
No,
I got friends that tell me, all right, only you. It's gonna be me, you, and the producer.
It's funny because damn near every song, almost all the songs that I produced by myself.
Oh damn. Okay.
And I'm on record, record,
Good.
edit, record. Now I've been in a lot of other studios, but on my projects, it's pretty much usually me or might be one of the Payne family, Rico, Wreak Havoc, or somebody editing.
Okay.
But 9 times out of 10, if it's a solo song, it's pretty much me in the lab.
That's dope.
And just, I'll make my track, I'll sit back. I don't write anymore. I write to the song.
Okay.
And what I call it, and I'll teach y'all a lesson, it's called piece writing. I might say one word. I'll record that one word. I'll listen to that word back. I might say 2 words after that. I'll record those 2 words. Now I got 3 words. What it is. Now I listen to that. What it is. What it is, what it is, what it is we gonna do. Okay, what it is we gonna do. I'll record just like that. I do that over and over and over. Before I got 16 bars of some of the coldest shit that's coming right from me right now.
Okay.
You understand? Because I'm seasoned enough to know, okay, what my flow is, how my flow is. So okay, if that's gonna be my flow on this, now I'm gonna fill in the blanks. But I don't have to sit back, write, crack my brain. I just don't do that anymore because I have books of that shit. Just sitting back writing, and then go in the booth and try to do it. Now I cater my song to a track. Now I do sit back on my phone. I love the phone now that I can sit back and just type. Yeah. If I got a little 16 or something, I'm just sitting back watching TV or just chilling out, throw down what's in my brain to keep a note. So when I do go in the lab, I got 3 or 4 bars. But if I got those 3 or 4 bars to start with, then that's my concept.
Okay.
So I just don't spend a lot of time writing anymore. I'll think of a concept and I'll just go in, or I'll listen to a beat and go, what do I want to do with this? Then I'll either create the hook after the first verse is done. What did I say? Or I might write 3 whole verses, listen to the song back and go, okay, where is the hook in that song? Something that I said will turn into the hook. And that's a lot of the ways that I write my stuff.
That's hard. So do you feel like that makes you more efficient?
Yeah, it does. Because, when you sit back, you're just trying to sit here and write a whole page. I mean, should I have finished the damn first verse and then the second verse already? Right. Like, now I can do that because that's where we all started with sitting back writing. I've just recorded so many songs that there's no need for me to just sit back and be like, all right, I'm just going to write this whole song out. I get a concept and then I just go in there and lay it because I know whatever I say, number one, I'm pretty confident it's not going to be goofy. You know what I'm saying? So I'll sit back and let the song tell me what it's going to be. Okay. And then I'll drop my first. Once I get those first 3 lines, blah, 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 okay.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. And I'm just going to listen to those 3 lines over and over and over. And then I'm going to lay down 2 more. And I'm lay down 2 or 3 more. And now I might lay down, a good 8 bar because I got this. Okay, now that finishes a whole 8 bar. Yeah. And that's how I just get through a song. Now I got to sit back because as I'm doing this, I'm writing it. So when I get that one line written, recorded. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line. That's written down, so I don't lose it. It's recorded, but it's also written down.
Okay.
So now I got it written down. It's recorded. Now I can do my ad libs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Now I can do the whole verse over and over because it's all clear. It's been laid down. Now I can go back and lay it clean. But I usually 2 tracks. How I do it is I use 1 track here, 1 track here. Say this, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this. Now that's 1 whole track. You understand what I'm saying?
I was just going to say, you really just gave the people some game on how
I'm giving the game on how to lay a verse instead of wasting your time. 2 tracks, lay the word, 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 lay the word. Now listen to the whole thing and then
put it together.
Whole verse.
No, that's hard. Yeah, that is hard. So from there, right? Because you also, with the music now, you also do production, right? You're a host of a show.
Yeah.
You're a host of the local artist show.
The local artist show.
So talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay.
How it came about, how long you've been doing it, and you know what,
we are in. Okay, so the local artist show started with my one of my good buddies and producer, Steve Catus. And Steve came to me knowing that, I'm already in acting and things like that with Hip Hop Fit. I've been in front of a lot of people, so I'm able to talk. And so he asked me, he came up with the idea that he wanted to do a talk show and feature artists. And he was like, man, anybody that would be a good host? And I'm like, nigga, me. And he was like, yeah. He was like, well, I didn't know if you wanted to take it, not just because you're so busy. But I'm like, bro, if you're going to do a show, I'm right up that's right up my alley. I might as well take it. I understand what you want to do. I already know what I can do with it. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it. So he was like, cool, let's do it. So we sat back, figured out the show, brought in Nikolai and a couple other people on the team. And then we just sat back and figured out, okay, this is what we want to do. We got with Can TV, and then we produced the first show. And now we're in season number 2. We've had 15 episodes in each season. So we're in number 5 in season 2 now. So
episode 5 in season 2. All right, but y'all is it a date for the people to tune in for the next episode?
Yeah, that I do not know the dates because they are really wiry with that. But go to the website of Can TV and you're going to be able to find that. But also go to we have the website on Facebook for the local artist show on Facebook and YouTube. So we're in the process of now getting all those episodes together and put up on the YouTube page. And then we're working on getting up on Tubi TV.
Okay.
So we're trying to get it through that process and Amazon and all that.
You have it streaming on it?
So have it straight up for download.
Dope. Okay.
So that's what they're working on right now, but we're still filming. We got to film in a couple of weeks. And, Nikolai brings in the artists. I interview them. They get a 10-minute interview. We used to do 20-minute, but now they do 10, 15 minute and then do a live performance on the show.
Oh, okay. That's dope. So how do y'all vetting process work for getting artists on? Because I know people gonna be like, damn, how do I get on the show?
DJ Nikolai is the one who actually does the booking, but you can contact us. You can actually even find me on Facebook or on YouTube. And they're just simply contact us through that way.
Okay.
And we'll get you on the show. But you got to have your stuff together. You got to be already distributed. You got to have your YouTube page or at least a website or something up so people can go to. You got to be active. You just can't be a rapper like I'm Joe Small. You got to be established.
Okay, I like that. People that work. I'm the same way, bro. I've learned doing this now, because I've had people come on. And they might have a little bit of work, but then they only talk about that.
If you can't go CD Baby, if y'all don't know about cdbaby.com, if you want to get on iTunes, if you want to get on all of these Spotify and everything, cdbaby.com is the website that independent artists should go to.
Okay, cdbaby.com.
cdbaby.com. They are the best. They are the best distributors for us. They pay the best. They put your stuff in all of the major distributors.
Okay.
And it takes a matter of, minutes you just got to put all your stuff in there. But check out cdbaby.com if you really want to get your stuff distributed. Because there's a couple of other ones, but they're temporary. Your stuff lasts for a year or something like that.
Oh, okay. No, I won't.
You know what I'm saying? No, you go to and you have to pay a monthly fee or some shit. Costs maybe $90 to do a whole album. put that whole album up, and it's gone, and you ain't got to worry about it for the rest of your days. It's up there.
Oh, that's right.
It's on iTunes. It's everywhere.
CDbaby.com. I'm learning something, so y'all better take notes. It's like I'm learning. So for the artists that don't know, like,
I've been with them for years. They all I do is keep getting a check from them all over the world. I can see my stats where my songs are being sold. Everything comes through their website, but when I found them, they were the best ones that I've seen.
That's dope. So give me some of the perks of being a host on the show, right? What's a perk of being a host? Because, like, hosting pods, like, in shows itself, like, it's like, what's the perks of it? What's the upside? And then tell me the bad side of it.
I can't really see a bad side. I mean, you're meeting a lot of people. Networking is your net worth. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing. You get to network with all these people. And if you want to be in this game, the more people you know, the better.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You having me on this show, now we got a connection. Now I know damn well anything I do, everywhere, if I run into you, nigga, it's cracking. You know what I'm saying? If I got something popping, I'm calling you in. If I got a video shoot, I'm calling you in. Just that whole network thing of being able to meet all of us in Chicago needs to be fucking stronger.
Yes.
With all this dumb shit. I'm not from here, so I tell y'all, this west side, east side, north side, that's the dumbest shit in the world that keeps this game fucked up.
It should be here.
We should be here. Some of the coldest artists are right here in the Midwest, but we on the west side don't fuck with the south side, and we don't go on the north. That is destroying us as a hip-hop artist. So y'all need to grow out of that shit and let that shit go. And I know there's a lot of old shit that I can't even touch, you know what I'm saying? Because that's life that in Chicago. I respect all of that, but know that those boundaries have always kept Chicago under.
Yeah.
That violence, that whole motherfucking, we don't fuck with y'all, won't fuck with y'all, get these niggas on this block, shut this block down. Man, if you motherfuckers really understood how small you are in this world.
Man. They spend so much time fighting that they don't
and we're a spectacle. We're a comic book to other countries. Y'all have no idea. See, when you get universal and when you really get out there and see how the world is, and then you look at the States and oh my God,
people view. I've noticed from traveling, even like with like my sponsors and shit, traveling. When you say you from Chicago. One, they have a million questions. Are you from Chirac? That's their first thing. Are you Chirac? And I'd be like I get tired of hearing that. But another thing I know is that the world respects Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's Chicago. They're Chicago, bro. They're from Chicago. They love us.
If you would just understand and take that and use that to a positive, man, because they respect the shit out of Chicago. Yeah.
Instead of me sitting here like, man, we should go slide on them over here, man. Fuck them. I'm about to go tap in with these people over here. And then they can come in. Like, let's drive to Atlanta this weekend, bro. We go drive to Atlanta. And then, like, we meet some people, we network. And then now these people like, oh, shit, y'all from Chicago. Next time y'all come down, we got something for you.
We need more unity here, man.
Yeah, we do.
We keep talking about it, but it's gotten better over the years, I can't say. And it's good to see that a lot of artists are really moving that, toward the better. But know that, man, you have national distribution, you have independency, and you have the internet. You can make your own money, TikTok and all of these awesome websites and all this stuff. Sit at home and make millions.
That's right. You can. You just got to work a little hard.
You got to work a little harder.
If you want it, it's definitely going to come to you. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time because that's what for me with The Lot, when I made The Lot, I promised people, like, I'm not looking for the messy stuff. Like, people like, man, why you don't ever ask no, like, crazy, messy questions? Like, that this going on. And it's like, nah, bro, like, I want to learn about people as an artist and who they are as individuals. And that's what I want to show the audiences. So if we sit and talking about who they sleeping with or who they beefing with, like, yeah, we're going to get the clicks. I don't pay no attention to that. Yeah, we're going to get the clicks. Cool. Yeah. But it's like, are you going to learn something about the artist? The only thing you're going to know is who you sleeping with. Yeah. Like, I don't care about that stuff. Yeah, like, I want to know. No attention to that. I want to educate people. Like, I want to give people knowledge of things like you just gave artists hella game. My artists going to love that. The people that watch The Lot, they going to love hearing stuff like that. And that's what I aim to do. I aim to get them that type of information because it's going to help them in the long run. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's positive too. And it's like, you got other platforms like Melly's Couch, 290 Mo. They also platforms that you don't never really see no messy stuff going on. It's always they always trying to push the artist. So, like you said, it's getting better over the years.
It's getting
And
better.
me personally, like I said, I feel like that was one thing I wanted to get in and change the game with, was giving people positive interviews.
Yeah.
So, people can learn about it, because I hate seeing that. Because it don't do nothing but cause more beef, and we just pull each other down.
I mean,
That's
pull
all
each
they
other
do.
down. If you all pull together, man, we could do a lot in this city.
Yeah, that's facts. We can change a lot.
I mean, independent shows, artists, just everywhere. There's so much that you can do in Chicago, man. But like I said, I'll film a movie in a heartbeat. I'll do it and put it out. Go check out my movies. The Dying Breed on my website. Loyalty is on my website. Just go to type up Gene Hicks on YouTube. Gene Hicks or Geedaman.
So talk before we slide to, because I do want to touch on the acting thing. You said you're an actor.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the acting? Because I did see I watched one of your YouTube clips, and you and the guy was doing the martial arts simulation. So talk to us a little bit about that.
All right. Well, being a martial artist, that was what I wanted to do. Before rap and everything, I wanted to be in movies. So I studied martial arts as hard as I could all my life. I wanted to be an action star. Coming up and seeing how the industry changed, and when cameras came out and editing equipment came out, and realized, okay, I can make my own movies now. So I wrote my first movie. Did Loyalty with Tycoon the Hustler. He actually wrote that one. Came to me because he knew I was in film school. We produced that movie. Came out sweet. After realizing I can produce, now I know everything about films, how to make them. Oh, it's a wrap now, because I've been doing music videos already. I had like 50 music videos under my belt.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So I knew how to film. So once I filmed my first movie, I knew, okay, from now on, I'm gonna do my own thing. And then when I came here, I was looking for acting jobs. So I got on Chicago Fire.
Okay.
And ended up landing an agent. And then I got 7 episodes out of Chicago Fire playing a police officer.
Oh, that's raw.
So I was a police officer and a paramedic on Chicago Fire in season 1. You see the guy run out of the burning building in the Christmas episode, and me taking him down and arresting him. That was me.
Okay.
So
season 1?
Yeah, season 1 of Chicago Fire. So I did 7 episodes of that, and then all through college I was doing indie films. So there was like at least 5 or 6 indie films that I did the fight choreography for, and did some other stuff that went off and got onto like Tubi TV and stuff like that. So just being in the independent underground industry of filming here in Chicago, and then I got an agent, so she sends me on auditions, things like that. But Chicago Fire is where I got my first professional role of being on the real set and learning everything. So every episode I'm soaking it up. I'm already understanding what it is to do a film. So once I did that season, it was a wrap on just knowing that I can produce anything. I already know how to make music. Now I know how to make movies.
That's best of both worlds.
That's the best of both worlds.
So with the fighting, right? Are you like trained in these belts though? I know you said you did these.
Yeah, no, I'm well trained. I'm a black belt in Shaolin Kung Fu.
Okay.
I've been there's 18 different weapons. Tiger, snake, crane, praying mantis. And that's all Shaolin Kung Fu. And then I took judo and aikido all through college. Shudokan, I started out in karate when I was a kid. So I took karate until I was about 16, and I got my brown belt all the way up in there. And then I took Kung Fu from that age to my 30s, 35. Never missed a class in that.
That's dope.
So but I wanted to learn everything. So everything that you see Jackie Chan do, I learned how to do.
That's raw as hell.
Weapons, flipping, just the whole martial art thing. And I wanted it all. So I really studied before the hip hop thing took off. It was like, I had to make a decision. Rap or martial arts? Rap or martial arts? I didn't want to compete. I don't feel like getting punched in the face and all that kind of shit. I could have, but I didn't want to go that route. But I knew like the whole movie world and that trying to get a role and all that. It's a lot. It's a lot of competition. So I knew that if I get on in the hip hop game, I can do anything I want in the acting game, because that's secondary.
Yeah, that's all gonna come.
Yeah, it'll all come together. So just learning everything, like I say, G's the man. I just wanted to learn every fucking thing I needed, just so I didn't have to have any middleman. Yeah. So I learned how to make movies, learned how to make films, so I just do my own shit.
Hey, that's what I was saying, because I'm the same way. I hate having a middleman and shit. That's right. I'm going to go do it. And it's cause so with doing the karate, because you say you never missed a class.
Yeah.
Tell the people how much discipline you get doing karate. Because I did karate when I was a kid.
You get a lot. You get character, sincerity, effort, etiquette, and self-control. That's the first things they're going to teach you. And you're going to live your life by that if you really get into it. So, you know, my teacher, Professor Brown Ridge, was my first instructor, and that's what he taught.
Okay.
The first 5 maximum moves of martial arts: character, sincerity, effort, etiquette, self-control. You had to learn those.
Yep, and know
so just living my life through that and knowing that if like martial arts was one thing that really kept me disciplined. You know, growing up with a single mother, you know, want to take care and protect myself and all that kind of thing. Seeing all them action movies back in the day, Bruce Lee and all, I'm like, shit, I want to learn that. So it was just kind of like the thing that took off in me besides basketball or something like that. Martial arts was my basketball.
Yeah, okay.
So I just really indulged in it and learned everything I could.
I love karate, and still on my list is something I'm gonna do when I get older. I want to go like travel to different countries and learn shit from like the other masters.
Yeah,
and shit. Like, I want to do shit like that. My girl look at me like I'm crazy when I tell her all the time, but it's always been one of my dreams. Always.
One of my kung fu brothers actually did that. He lives in China now. Black dude too.
Yeah, that shit raw, man. That's like Dimitri, that's one of my goals.
Shout out to Dimitri doing his thing.
Yeah, that shit raw. Like, I want to, because I competed when I was younger. I had so many trophies. I'm so mad at like as I got older, like the importance of keeping your stuff. I had trophies. All my belts used to be hanging up in my mom's closet. I had all type of shit. Like, I stopped when I was in like 5th grade, but I won so many fights, like a lot of fights. As a kid. And she used to tell me all the time, because my teacher, I think he's still a grandmaster right now in Chicago. His name Master Kid.
I know,
yeah, Master Kid. He taught me when I was a shorty. But I fought this girl one day. I'll never forget this. It was the funniest thing. I was winning all my fights. I used to do the roundhouse kick. And he said, I don't care what you do. He said, do your roundhouse kick. Just don't worry about it. But it was a girl I'm fighting, and we got padding on. But my mom always used to tell me, like, son, you can't hit girls. So she like, I'm crying because she kicking my ass. I'm like, can't hit her back. You told me don't hit her. Hey, he said, would you come talk to him? She came over. She said, look, I know I told you don't get girls. She said, but this, you say you feel the pass? This is what this is for. She said, son, it's okay. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. I went out there and I started roundhousing the shit out this girl. And it was one of the funniest moments ever. But that moment though is when I really fell in love with karate. Like, I could do this shit forever. Like, that's why I still love it. Like, I love action movies. Like, still my favorite type of movies. Like I said, that's why I want to go and travel. I did kung fu for a little bit. My buddy, his dad was actually a kung fu teacher. And we used to go, right in Bellwood right here. It was a Peace Church. Okay. It used to be a church. The church right there on 46 right there in St. Charles. It used to be a church, and they used to have the classes in there. I used to go in there all the time and do it. But then the shit just kind of slowed down and stopped, and then I started hooping and more shit. But it's definitely on the list.
Definitely. Yeah. My cousin took me when we was young, took me to the movie theater. I came out kicking. I was a changed man.
Yeah, that should be hard.
Learn karate.
That is dope. So, do you got any upcoming projects? Anything upcoming you want the people to know?
My new album, I'm almost finished, is coming out in about a month, called Play to Win. Okay. I got about 18 tracks on it, and I'm about to pop out a new video in a couple of weeks, hopefully, for the song Y'all Don't Want. Okay. And just trying to get this mixed down right now. So the new album's in the making. Other than that, I'm just waiting for the spring to hit. I'm starting a new show. I do a lot of outdoor stuff, so I do a lot of fishing. Okay. So I'm starting my own fishing channel called Hip Hop Fish with Geedaman Hicks. And what I'm going to do is a video show. So I'm going to do fishing and then playing music videos. And then, all the artists that I know, I'll be playing the soundtrack, okay. So just coinciding hip hop with fishing.
So are you going to be bringing guests on while you do it?
I'll be bringing guests on. Okay. I'll, wherever we go, it might just be a couple homies going out, or it might be me by myself. It all depends on, what I'm doing that day. But I will be bringing artists on that want to come fishing with me and feature them on the same as well, But, just trying to introduce people. I love the outdoors, and a lot of brothers in the city don't realize Lake Michigan is the top salmon fishing capital of this country.
Damn, I didn't even know that.
Did not know that. Lake Michigan has the best fishing in this country.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, and people from all the way from Gary all the way up to Milwaukee. salmon this big. I just caught a 33 inch, was a 20-pound salmon a few months ago.
Yeah. See, I've never been fishing. That's something I want.
Really?
It's on my list. That's why I'm asking. Like, you do the outdoors?
A
Like,
lot of people don't know that. Illinois is just full of wildlife, though. Fishing. I do a lot of fishing, though.
Okay. Oh, that's dope.
That's my relaxation.
All right, that's dope. So, so you say you got the album coming up. You know the name out? You named it already?
It's called Play to Win.
Play to Win. Okay,
Yeah.
Play to Win. Did I see?
There's a video.
I was about to say I saw a video called Play to Win when I was looking through the YouTube.
Yeah, there's a video called Play to Win on
Okay,
YouTube.
all right, that's dope. That is super dope. All right, so tell the people where they can tap in with you one more time, where they can follow you.
First of all, you can find all of my stuff at just type up Geedaman at any music site. I'm distributed everywhere for my music. My 2 albums out, and then Pain Family is my other group, PAIGN, like champagne.
Mm-hmm.
So my Pain Family albums are out, and then Geedaman CDs are out on all music sites. Gene Hicks at hiphopfit.net if you want to see, hiphopfit.net is my website for the hip hop class.
Okay.
So if you're interested, or your lady's interested in doing it, or if you want to get fit yourself, come get fit with your boy. I'm in Bolingbrook at my studios in Bolingbrook, Hip Hop Fit with Gene Hicks. And as far as that's my music. That's the Hip Hop Fit. Everything else, is on YouTube. You want to see all my videos and all that stuff? I'm not hard to find. I'm everywhere.
I bet. That's what I like, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Then I have one more question before we slide that I ask all my guests, G. So somebody that's up and coming that might be a young entrepreneur, might want to get into production, it could be karate, anything like that. Mm-hmm. What's some advice or a gem that you can give them that they can take for later on in their career?
Stay focused. Don't quit. Age ain't nothing but a number. And understand that you are in control. It's your destiny. Don't give a fuck what anybody says that's trying to bring you down, because that's just somebody that doesn't have what you have in mind, and they want you to stop because they stop.
That's a gem.
A lot of people around you don't want to see you go that far because they want to see you where they at. Mm-hmm. Trust me, that's real. And, just not giving up. My main thing is, if I sat down now and gave up, then what the fuck was it for? Mm-hmm. What was it like I said in my song? What's the purpose of it? What's it all for? Mm-hmm. So many friends went to jail. So many friends I done lost over the years. But if I quit, then what was the point? Mm-hmm. And that's what that song meant. So many dead or enjoying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stop doing what I set out to do. And I said this when I was 16 years old. I'm going to do this shit until I can't. And I've had a fucking ball doing it. I've learned that being an independent, understanding what record deals were and turning down Sony and Geffen when they wanted 99% of my royalties. I've actually had these contracts put in my face. And then seeing over the years, thank God I didn't sign a contract. I stayed independent. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't want to knock anybody who ever wanted to sign a contract, but just know that puts you on the shelf. That puts you in a position of where somebody else is in control.
You don't have no leverage for real.
As long as the people know my name, like right now, me doing this, if you know who Gene Hicks and Geedaman is, I don't need no label. I just told you who I am, and I told you what I can do. Go listen to it. If you dig it, download it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment and say, man, this is my shit. If there's a show going on, holler at your boy. I'm about networking. I'm about bringing this city together. Right. I'm in Bolingbrook. My studio's in Bolingbrook. If cats want to get at me, find me. Simple as that. But that's my message. Just don't quit until you get.
I like that, man. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, stay focused, man. Stay locked in. Y'all heard it here, man. We got Geedaman in a lot with us, man. Before we slide, we need y'all to like, share, sub, follow, all that good stuff, man. Make sure y'all hit that bell, man. And again, most importantly, don't forget, we need y'all to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a motherfucking friend to pull out the lot. Season 3.
I think Big G made this beat.